Greetings, fellow pals and gals of the YouTube world. It's your boy, the WolfGamer25, and we are back for another riveting segment of Figure Friday. Now, I did have a problem just a second ago that I was facing some issues with my signal, but I think I've cleaned it, folks. It might be a little glitchy here and there, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be able to get this stream done, and I do appreciate you guys for being so patient with me, and I want to. We're gonna go ahead and restart. Restart all over from the beginning. I'll go back into who we're talking about, and why we're here, and also, I said we're gonna be starting all over. So please, if you haven't already, do your boy a favor, go and get something to drink, something to eat, something to snack on if you want to. And also, I just want to say a big, massive shout out to a new subscriber that we had gained earlier. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. As he had joined, he or she, my apologies, they joined the Wolfpack, and I want to say thank you. And to all of you guys who keep pushing, telling me to keep giving you my all, because that's all I'm going to be doing, and to keep providing you guys with as much fresh content as possible. And I do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for being so patient, especially with all my glitchiness and all my bad signals and everything. But please do go ahead and do me a favor, and I'll put this away. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Unless somebody's trying to sneak up on me, then yeah, I might have to hurt you. But yeah, let me just put this back up. Right there. Beautiful. Yeah, great job indeed. But also, I do hope that for those of you guys who are still under quarantine, I do hope that you're handling it, without losing your sanity, because I do know that most people, they go insane, being behind doors all this time. But see, the key is to be able to find things that help to keep your mind and your hands busy, because that way you'll be able to not concentrate. You have now a chance to spend it with your family. Okay, so I do hope that you guys are situated. Please feel free, sit back, relax, take a deep breath, kick your feet up, and just all around fall out, because as you know, it's just me, you, and the merchandise of today. Now, as I said, we're going to be going ahead and starting from the beginning, because, small issues, but we did get it resolved, I'm happy to say. For today's figure review, we're going to be taking a walk into two different worlds and on two different sides. Those worlds will be the world of DC and Marvel, and we're going to be taking a walk on two sides of the coin, which of course that includes heroes and villains. We're going to be taking a look at the hero side and also the villain side. Now, we're going to be talking about each character and who they are, how they fit into each world, each universe, and a little history and a little fun facts about each of them. I'll be sure to include that, and I do hope that you guys will enjoy, so please join me, won't you? First, a drink. Don't worry, non-alcoholic. But, and as I said, the first particular individual I'm going to go ahead and introduce. He's coming out of the DC world. He hails from the city of Detroit in the state of Michigan. And this particular individual, he was created by, he was actually created by a pair of creators, Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams. And this guy, he first appeared in the Green Lantern volume number 2, which of course came out in the year 2011, which of course, here's the kicker. He actually earned the title of the first black superhero in the world of DC. Now, it does take a lot to earn specific titles such as that. And he is one of the many many people that I have been searching for to try to get my hands on. As you know, in one of my previous streams, I did talk about him, but as you know, as I said, he is a Green Lantern. He is considered one of Oa's best, and due to the fact of his bravery, his heroism, and he does have leadership skills. But we're straying about that because I want to be able to introduce him to you guys, and then we'll get more into him. So, um, as I said, he is Green Lantern. He does fight alongside fellow Green Lantern Hal Jordan. And now, I'm not gonna lie, folks. There is like I love the figure. I love the fact how he looks. It's just I kind of have a small, a small issue with size differential. But that's not to say I don't like it because he still looks awesome. And I am, ooh, pardon me, and I'm happy that he's here to be joining the team and the Wolfpack. And as I said, he was one of the Green Lanterns, one of the best. He did have an alias though, folks, and most people knew him by the ring that he wore, but other people knew him by another alias, which of course is known as John Stewart, folks. That's right. Give y'all a look at him. As I said, he was another favorite Green Lantern of mine, next to Hal Jordan, of course. He was in like the first time I ever learned about this character was actually back in the Justice League animated series, which of course another one of my favorite childhood shows that I grew up frolicking with my friends in the world. But I also want to give praise to the show because if it wasn't for this show, then I would never really have found out how he tied so much into the Justice League, where he came from, and how his character played so well into the fact that he was introduced into the DC comic book world. Now, uh, he is a little different from most of the Green Lanterns, but then again, all Green Lanterns are different in some way. But what makes him different to me is the fact that, as I said, yes, he did earn the title of the first black superhero in the DC world. However, he was actually considered one of the OA's honor guard. Now, I'll explain that to you guys, but as I said, with each figure from, which of course this one has come from the McFarlane Toy Company, each figure that I've come into contact with, like this, which of course before him was the Batman Who Laughs. And of course, it comes with a collectible trading card. Come on, camera. Focus for me. Come on, baby. I ain't gonna lie, guys. The card looks good. I don't know, like the detail on it is crazy. If my camera focuses. That's really weird. Normally I would always do that. But, there it is. Just take a look at them. Now, also, with each trading card comes some information, which of course is located on the back of it here. So I know it's kind of considered cheating because I'm reading straight from the source here, but this is also for you guys who didn't really know about a lot about John Stewart here. He was recognized by the Guardians for having extraordinary courage, heroism, and of course he was awarded the Power Ring, which of course earned him the title of the Green Lantern. Now, after years of patrolling in the deepest regions of space, as I said, he fights alongside Hal Jordan, and they both control Sector 2814, which of course, for those of you guys who didn't know, the Green Lantern Corps, they act as sort of intergalactic policemen. And here's the kicker, another one. For those of you guys who didn't know, the Green Lantern Corps exists as a soul, but not as the only one, because there is many, many other Green Lantern Corps out there. Now, there's also things that distinguish each Green Lantern Corps from them, which of course being the color, which of course green. The Red Lantern Corps symbolizes anger. And of course there are, they do have allies, don't get me wrong, they do have allies, such as the Blue Lantern Corps, which symbolizes hope. And there's also other like more powerful Green Lantern Corps, but I'm rambling, and I know I want to tell you guys all about it, and I will as soon as I can get my hands on them. You better believe that I'm going to be bringing them to this stream to share them with you guys. But yeah, he did come with a few accessories. I ain't gonna lie. So why don't we just get those onto him real quick? Yeah, there you go, buddy. Snap on from. Perfect. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the coolest part. because from what it looks like, it actually looks like a hand cannon, I'm gonna say. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, I dropped him. Woo! Woo! Easy, John. Don't aim that thing at me, please. Please don't aim that thing at me. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, he did come with what looks like, I'm gonna say, a hand cannon, or maybe even just like a blaster of some sorts. And of course, he has a little headset, which of course, little bit more information about this character. Um, he did become one of the more sort of badass ring slayers. He was trained by Kilowog, like Hal Jordan, but see, the thing about him is that he was basically brought on to the Green Lantern Corps as a backup Green Lantern. Now, he did take over for Guy Gardner, moving up, of course, from backup Green Lantern to full-fledged Green Lantern. And he was chosen by the Guardians, as I said, the Guardians of Oa, which, of course, it's a lot to say about his character because he does have courage. He does have a good heart. His head is always in the right place. He does have tactical skills due to the fact that he was also in the Marines, which of course, yeah, John here, he is a U.S. Marine. Now, a little thing is that he his distinguished service actually earned him the title, which of course, as I said, was the Honor Guard of Oa, one of the more powerful and more, you know, biggest honors is of course in the planet of Oa. As big as it is, I mean, he still wore it with pride. And there's also a funny thing. There's also two other aliases he was known by, which of course one of them being the Architect. Now, why he was given that name, which of course is because after he had after he had graduated college, that's actually one thing that he wanted to do was go into architecture. And of course, it feels like he did. However, it kind of feels like it didn't. Let me fix that. Sorry. Okay. And also, really cool, interesting fact about this character is that like right after the day of his birth, he was actually prophesized he was actually be known as the opener of doors, basically becoming a legendary warrior in the world of the Green Lanterns. But I didn't get a chance to read up a lot on that, but that is something that definitely interests me. And let me tell you something, it really, really looks good because I think my dude John, he deserves it really. You know, I still feel like that's a little loud. Let me turn that down, folks. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Well, down back. Okay. Just fix this here and here. Perfect. But yeah, let me give you guys one last look at him. Now he did come with a stand, which of course I'm probably gonna have to put on him because unfortunately, as I said, I do have a small grievance about the figure, and I'd have to say, as much as it pains me to say, the size because it's just I just feel like the whole upper body torso is just a little too much. Due to the fact that they kind of short stacked him on his legs and they just kind of buffed him up top. But I mean, as I said, that's not to say I don't like the figure. He still looks clean. He looks good, and I'm gonna keep him. Really, as I said, I'm happy that he's joining the Wolfpack. He's been one of my longtime favorite heroes, and I'm happy to have him on the team. Let me just set you right over here. Put that box there. Thank you. Okay. Plastic right there. Thank you. Okay. Now then, next up, we're going to take a walk on the Marvel side. But since we're going to be getting into the world of Marvel, we're going to also be taking a walk on the villainous side as we introduce one of the many well-known enemies in the Spider-Verse, which of course that really flies high. Now, the reason I say that is because this particular individual, he has been known to take up the name of a bird, but um, even though he's more the well-known enemies of my favorite, one of my favorite Marvel heroes, Spider-Man, that's not to say he's kind of, he is good in a way, but at the same time, he's more bad. So why don't we just get into the nitty gritty, folks? Now, he did have the alias Adrian Toomes, Toomes, not Tombs. Most people get that wrong. I really don't know why. I mean, if it was Toombs, it'd be like Toombs. Not this guy. It's Toombs, like with an M, folks. But yeah, but he did have another alias, which of course most people know him as the Vulture. That's right, folks. He uses what's called the flight suit. Now, I'll tell you guys a lot more about him. Just be patient with me as I cut it open. So, oops. Come on, come on. Ah. Now, while I'm doing this, folks, some history about this guy. Now, even though he's actually suffered defeat many times, mostly at the hands of Spider-Man. Oh, sorry. He did actually have a good life before he decided to take up the mantle of the Vulture. Um, he did have affiliation, which of course with one of the most deadliest teams in the Marvel Universe, which of course known as the Sinister Six, but they disbanded after I believe it was after Kingpin went underground. But he's still one of my favorite villains. I love the fact that his motives and everything. It seems kind of small, but he's not the type to look for world domination. I just noticed that about his character. But he was also a former electronics engineer before he decided to become more of his villainous side. Okay, why don't we just take this? Oh, yeah. The most important part. Oh, man, I apologize about the... Oh, boy. Oh, that scared the heck out of me. I really thought that it busted. I really thought it broke. Okay. Let me just slap that on there. Let me slap this on there. Oh, baby, there we go. Because I got to make sure it clicks. Because if it doesn't click, then it's not going to go in, folks. And I really, really don't want that because I want this thing to be able to stay stable and stay in one piece. Wait. Other way. Wait, is it? Yes. There. I apologize for the wait, folks. Please forgive me. Okay, cool. Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay? Adrian, I'm asking you a question. Are you gonna stay? I think it's gonna stay. Okay, cool. Okay, and here he is, folks. Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture. Now, as you can see, the distinguishing smile that he's got on his face. He's happy to be here, and I'll give you guys a look at his wingsuit. Now, some interesting facts about the suit. It's actually Mr. Toomes' own design. Oh wait, before we get into that, he also did have an alternate face. No, don't focus on me. Come on, focus on his face. Let me just push it down right there too. Come on, camera. Come on. Man, there we go. But yeah, this is his alternate face. Yeah. Now, as I said, interesting facts about the suit. It is his own design, but it allows him to fly and, of course, glide along the skyscrapers, city streets also. But it's not entirely like sprung from his back, if you will, because as you noticed, most of it just comes from here and here, which of course is attached to a harness, which of course he's wearing, and it actually endows him with enhanced strength. And here's a small kicker about his suit. Some say it actually enables him to steal life energy from other people that allow him to go from his old age to his young self. Now, that's one of the many cool facts about him because it actually increases his lifespan. But in doing so, it made him younger, but also it turned him into somewhat of a remorseless killer. Let me just move you over here, Adrian. I'm sorry. Just glide over there for me. Just glide over there for me, all right? Glide over there for me, all right? Just chill. Are you going to stand? Thank you. But the thing is that it's not permanent, see? Because over time, it would eventually wear off and he would revert back to his, old self. And the only reason that is because it was due to an exposure of an elemental superhuman being's corpse. Now, he got into it with the wrong person. He killed the wrong person, and in doing so, he paid the price, folks. Really. Now, another fun fact about this one, and it's ironic because I was actually watching this episode on Disney Plus not too long ago. He actually had a run-in with Spider-Man, and he actually stole his youth from him. That actually turned Spider-Man old and him young. Now, the funny thing about that episode and the crossover, or them two meeting, is that when Peter was old, he actually became unnoticed by his own Aunt May, and in doing so, she actually fed him. She gave him drinks, kind of like a place to stay, and that's one thing that I loved about May Parker was that she's so kind. She always had a good heart. She was always looking out for everybody. But also, the first appearance of Mr. Toombs here was actually in the Amazing Spider number 2 in the year 1963. That's right. That's basically how old Mr. Toombs is here. Don't look at me like that. I meant it in a platonic way, not old, just like you're old. What do you expect? Sorry, you guys, for hanging out with me. And also want to say one more time, massive shout out to the number 54 subscriber who joined the Wolf Pack. And until next time, guys, remember to cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze at the same time. And stay safe and keep your mouth closed if you're not feeling well. Stay home from work. And also, lávase las manos, por favor. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, and stay yourselves, huh? Peace.